What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building, man. And today, I just want to say thank y'all so much to the Rich Gang family, as well as any new supporters who are coming out to show some love. Man, today I got a very special banger in store for y'all. I got the top 3 best rare usable lockdowns in NBA 2K21 on next gen, y'all. Now, I'm going to be bringing y'all 3 different lockdowns under 3 different positions. And with the 3 different builds that I'm bringing y'all today, we are going to be able to get all of the contact dunks. On top of that, the builds that are going to be able to dribble are also going to be getting the pro dribble moves, y'all. So again, I just want to say thank y'all for the special time that we're about to share together. But man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you know. Now let's go ahead and get into the making of this first build. What you want to go ahead and do for this one is put it under the small forward position. Now, when it comes to the height, the weight, and the wingspan, these are really going to be optional, but in my opinion, for the height on this build, the best overall is going to be 6'8". For the weight, I'm going to be going with is going to be 230. I want to be able to maintain a high strength. And then when it comes to the wingspan, that way so I could get my 82 3-pointer as well as a mid-range, I'm going to put it to 7'5". Now, when it comes to these stats, feel free to change anything you want to change. But again, that is where you start to risk changing up these builds' name. Now, let's go ahead and get into the first category. We are going to be maxing out the driving layup at a 92. When it comes to the driving dunk, go ahead and max this out at a 95. And then when it comes to the post control, go ahead and put this to an 84. Then, when it comes to your standing dunk, put this to a 26. That's going to give you an extra tick on your finishing side of things. Now, let's go ahead and get into the shooting. So, I set an 82 for both the mid-range as well as the 3-point shot. So, go ahead and feel free to put both of these at that. Do not go anything above the 82 for the mid-range or you're going to change up the build name. And then, when it comes to the free throw, put this to a 91 for 14 badges. And we already got 30 off the bat. Let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. So right here, what you want to go ahead and do is put the pass accuracy to a 76. Same thing with the ball handle. And then when it comes to the speed with ball, put this to a 77. Then when it comes to the defensive side of things, go ahead and max out your perimeter defense, max out your block. And then when it comes to the defensive rebound, put this to a 95 on the offensive to a 70. And then when it comes to the steal, go ahead and put this up to a 66 for 25 defensive badges. And then when it comes to the physical side of things, y'all, go ahead and put the speed to an 81. Acceleration is going to go all the way maxed out. Same thing with the strength, vertical, and then on top of that, just to be safe with the stamina, I want to keep it over a 60, and we do just that. As you can see, the bat setup is really nice. Let's go ahead and check out these takeovers. We get slashing, lockdown, and then we get the glass cleaning, but also we will be unlocking the post scoring. So again, whatever takeover you pick first, it is going to be completely up to you. But with my preference, picking an offensive takeover first for any build that can get it is going to help you a lot more, getting that second takeover a lot easier. As y'all can see, we have made the perimeter lockdown, getting all of the contact animations, also all of the pro dribble moves once you grind this build out to 99. But now, I got a very special build coming up next. I got the multi-position defender, and with this one, I am going to be bringing y'all 3 different versions on how to make this build. I have already dropped this build recently for y'all, but I feel like it has a special place in the top 3 best rare lockdowns that we can use on NBA 2K21 on next gen. So before we get into the making of this one, man, a couple things you have to consider. We are actually going to be making this out of a guard rather than the power forward position like we would normally see this build. But with this version, we are actually going to be getting the pro dribble moves as well as both of the lockdown takeovers. So let's go ahead and get right into it. When it comes to making this multi-position defender, the first thing that we need to do is put it under the shooting guard position. Then when it comes to the height, go ahead and put this at 6'7". We want to make it more like a guard. Then when it comes to the weight, put this at 209. The wingspan is going to be 7'4". And then when it comes to the body shape, go ahead and put this at build. Now let's go ahead and get into these stats, y'all. So when it comes to the finishing side of things, first what you want to go ahead and do is max out your driving layup, then go ahead and put your driving dunk to a 94. Don't put it to a 95, this will change up the build name. Then when it comes to the post control, from here go ahead and put this to an 80. Then with the shooting side of things, go ahead and put both your mid-range and your 3-point shot to an 82, and our free throw is going to be a 94. That's going to be 15 and 14 between the badge setups. Now let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. The pass accuracy is going to be a 50. Ball handle is going to be a 79, and the speed with ball is an 84. Now this is only for the first version of the playmaking side of things, so do not worry. When it comes to the defense, as you can see, go ahead and put both the interior and perimeter defense to an 82. Max out your steal and block, and then put your defensive rebound to a 65, bringing up the offensive to a 40 for 26 defensive badges. Now on the physicals, max out the speed, acceleration, strength, and then go ahead and put your vertical to an 84 with a 60 stamina. And as you can see, with this version, it is pretty solid, but in my opinion, I would want more of the badges to put on my playmaking. So as you can see right here, we're going to go ahead and take some of these stats off of the free throw, but again, you can consider taking some off of your defensive rebound or even your offensive. Now, when it comes to the physicals, y'all, if I was going to change anything up about these, it would have to be out of my vertical. I want to go ahead and maintain every single stat as is, because I feel like those are going to be some key stats when it comes to any lockdown build. Another way that you can go about it is also taking down your post control, but with this lockdown build, I feel like that's what's going to make it so versatile, is that you have so many different ways you can score with this build, as well as still maintaining elite defense. So I really like this badge setup. Again, if you want to go ahead and take down your vertical to change up a couple different things, you definitely can do so, but I would not change anything else about this build. I feel like it's going to be solid as is. And then on top of that, once you grind this build out, get it to 96 overall, then you will have the pro dribble moves, y'all. So let's go ahead and check out the takeovers. We get the slashing. On top of that, we also get the sharp shooting, lockdown, and then we get the rim protecting, y'all. So again, whatever takeover you pick, it's completely up to you. But if you pick the offensive takeover first, it's going to make it so much easier to unlock that lockdown takeover. So first, I'm going to go with spot up precision. The second one that I would highly consider is going to be extreme clamps. And as y'all can see, we have made the multi-position defender. We still get those pro dribble moves, all of the contact dunks. Now let's go ahead and get into the last build. I wanted to switch it up, bringing y'all a center build now, the playmaking paint beast. This build is going to be able to shoot and also going to be able to handle the ball really well. And on top of that, this build is 6'9". It does not get much better than that. So if you made it this far, I just want to say thank y'all so much to the Rich Gang. I truly appreciate it. If you are still watching, go ahead and smack that like button right now, y'all. It helps me out so much. I truly mean it when I say that I'm going to be bringing y'all the best builds every time I drop a banger. Y'all already know that you do not have to worry about finding another version unless it comes from me, because I'm only going to bring y'all the best, the latest, the greatest, the rarest. Y'all already know how I do. Now let's go ahead and talk about this build a little bit. This build, you can change up a couple different things about it. I have seen it at a higher height and even smaller. But again, when it comes to the weight, that is going to be a crucial thing when it comes to this build. You do not want to make this build too light, and you want to be able to maintain some really good strength on this build as well. So let's go ahead and get right into the making of it. The first thing that we need to do is put it under the center position, y'all. Now, I am sure that you can make it out of the power forward, but in my opinion, it is not going to be worth it. Now, let's go ahead and get into the height, weight, and wingspan. If you were paying attention, like I told y'all, that these are going to be changeable pretty much based on your preference, but you do risk changing the build name. So let's go ahead and get right into it. As you can see right here, we are going to go ahead and put this build all the way up to 6'9". Then from here, when it comes to the weight, what you also want to go ahead and do here is put it to 215, and the wingspan will be 7'7". Now, these are going to be adjustable. Like I told y'all, feel free to change it if you want to, but you are risking everything when it comes to the name. Now, let's go ahead and get into these stats, y'all. You know I'm not going to be leaving y'all hanging, so go ahead and put your driving layup up to a 92. When it comes to the driving dunk, we're going to be able to max it out at 95. And then, when it comes to the standing dunk, go ahead and put this to a 94, and that's going to give us 20 badges right there. Now let's go ahead and get into the shooting, max out the mid-range shot as well as the three-pointer. Then, right here, when it comes to the free throw, go ahead and put this to a 27 for 7 badges. let's go ahead and get into the playmaking now. To get that playmaking part of this build, go ahead and put the pass accuracy to an 87, put your ball handle to a 70, and the speed with ball to a 72. Now, when it comes to the defense, go ahead and max out your interior defense. Of course, that is going to be key on this build. We are actually going to be skipping the perimeter defense, but when it comes to the block, max this thing out at 95, and then when it comes to the rebounding, we are maxing both of these out, y'all. 24 badges between the playmaking as well as the defense. Really clutch, and we get 7 shooting, y'all. That is perfectly enough. I use it on my main build, and I'm telling you, I smack 3s at ease. Now let's go ahead and check out the physicals. Max out the speed, acceleration, strength, vertical, and we do maintain the over 60 stamina, y'all. So look, a lot of different things that go into this build, but as you can see, when it comes to the badges, this build lacks nothing. Now, let's go ahead and check out the takeovers. We get the slashing, playmaking as we suspected, and then we also get the rim protecting. But last but not least, I'm telling y'all, this build is also going to be getting the glass cleaning, y'all. 99 rebounding. Everything that goes into this build is going to be clutch. But y'all can go ahead and make your decision on what takeover you want to pick. I'm going to go ahead and leave it up to y'all from here, but thank y'all so much for watching this entire video through. I truly appreciate it, man. I've been working so hard, and just know we're going to be hitting that 10K. Big supporters in the building very soon, man. Shout out to the Rich Gang. I truly appreciate y'all, but man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. To the Rich Gang family, as well as any new supporters, I would appreciate if y'all dropped a like. It helps me out so much. Go ahead and share this banger with your family and friends. And last but not least, don't forget to turn on post notice so y'all can see when I upload every single day. Man, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.